Are you stiff and sore and just can't seem to get your body moving right in order to live a healthy lifestyle? At Progressive Motion Physiotherapy, staff works help your body reset, reorganize, reload, and move better through their programs. Joining me now from Progressive Motion PT are doctors Joey Salgado and Josh Moriali. Thank you both so much, doctors, for joining us here today on Live in the Bay.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course. So when it comes to Progressive Motion PT, first and foremost, tell us what people can expect when they walk through the doors.
Well, what they can expect from us is really a movement assessment to help us understand their story. I think that's really important when people are dealing with areas of pain in their body, so that they actually have an opportunity to understand what's actually going on versus just chasing symptoms.
Yeah.
And so we do the comprehensive movement assessment to help us understand our interventions that we may deliver, so that they can actually be a collaboration in this care with us.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we find that a lot of the troubles happen when we chase the symptoms. So if somebody's coming in with elbow pain, it's not because of the elbow a lot of time. It's because of the shoulder, because of the abdominal stabilization. So you got to fix the problem and not just chase the symptoms.
Absolutely. And so it sounds like people can come in and really get a full experience when it comes to recovery and motion. What's different about your approach maybe compared to others?
Well, I think it's just piggybacking off that, you know. I think our mentor, Claire Frank, always says about, like, when you're looking at a body, make sure that you're not just chasing the source of pain. So people, let's just pick on back pain, since that's what our demo is going to be on later. Most people will get the MRI and X-ray and be crushed by the fact that they were diagnosed with, let's just say, L5-S1 arthritis, and they don't know what to do about it. But our job as physios is to understand the contributing factors that actually led to that arthritis. And so what that does is it gives power back to the people to help them understand their body, so they know what to do with it.
Yeah, that's so amazing. And did you want to add to that?
I was saying it's maximizing the pieces to the whole. At the end of the day, we're just trying to improve the movement efficiency. So meaning for the back, for example, we always want to spread the load across multiple segments. So a lot of times people end up locking up in their low back, and it's just one segment moving that gets overused. So the goal is to spread it out.
And when it comes to clients that come in, everybody and anybody from any walk of life, any age, can come in and get some type of program work with you, correct? Or is it specific to age group and athletes?
Well, that's the beautiful thing about what we're doing, is we do a hands-on human approach. And so what that means is, like, we work with the professional athletes. One of our main guys is Brandon Ayuk in the 49ers, to everyday people like you and I, you know. And that's the cool thing about our model, is that we're trying to teach people a better relationship to their body, so that they can move, interact with their lives, and do what they want to do. Well,
what's pretty amazing is that we're actually going to get a live demonstration from both Dr. Joey and Dr. Josh here in just a second. So actually, they're going to throw up a video real quick for us to take a look at. And while we're taking a look at that video, I want you guys to kind of move over. We're going to walk over to the demo area, and you guys can kind of walk us through a few different movements maybe, or motions that people can use at home and can be easy for them to get a little bit of relief. And this is kind of cool. We're taking a look at your graphics video now for progressive motion movement. But back here, what few movements would you guys like to really highlight?
So we're going to go through 3 different movements. Number 1 is our reset, which is where the tissue component comes in, like massage, any hands-on stuff. Today we're going to use cups, which is a big hitter for us. It's very effective in loosening up the muscles and getting you moving. And then from there, we're going to move on to our reset, or reorganize component, which is getting the rib cage and pelvis lined up again to decompress the low back. And then the last component is our reload, which is getting the hips moving with that new orientation.
Awesome. All right, well, let's start with the first one.
All right, let's go, JoJo.
All right, Dr. Joey, so you're going to be our sample real quick, right? And you want to just walk us through everything you're doing?
Yeah, so basically, Dr. Joey would have gone through an assessment already, and we would have figured out what areas needed to be addressed. I love the cups because it makes it a lot more surgical in the sense of how we're going to tension the body. Yeah. So basically, this pump creates a little bit of negative pressure that sucks the tissue up into the cup, which then mechanically creates a nice pull that gets the lumbar spine nice and open.
And it's really pulling on the skin. Oh my gosh, I always wondered, is this painful?
No, I mean, it's okay.
It's okay. All right. So it's slightly uncomfortable sometimes for our okay, got it. All right. And this is this first method you were saying. And then can you tell me what kind of relief this brings? Oh,
big time decompression of the low back. So a lot of times people rely on the low back extensors a lot to hold themselves up in space. This allows an opportunity to kind of turn down the volume on those extensor muscles, which like the back muscles right here. So Joey's gonna go ahead and go through a movement now. And this is where we're different than kind of the standard cup use, which tends to be a little bit passive, laying on the table. Joey's gonna do a spinal wave. He's gonna slowly tuck his tail, and he's gonna slowly round so that segmentally, each one of those lumbar vertebrae is gonna gap and open. So people with sciatica, people with central low back pain can benefit from this because now we're opening up space.
Wow.
And that's the goal. And he's gonna slowly reverse out of it.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, the reset component of our system is all about creating a ready state for learning.
Yes.
Creating a ready state for a new pattern.
Amazing.
So after he goes through a couple of those, I'm then gonna take him into our reorg side.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's go ahead and pop that off.
Pop those
the
off.
accelerated model. Okay.
Perfect.
And then he's gonna be on his back.
Okay. Now we only have a little over a minute, so what? Yeah.
Let's get it. So the big thing with this drill is the hamstrings are gonna decompress his low back. So he's gonna dig through his hamstrings like he's pulling his butt to his heels. Once he has that, he's reaching to the ceiling, so his hands go up to the ceiling, his back goes back. This is like having your own traction unit at home. Your hamstrings are pulling, kind of like how the chiropractor or even the physical therapist puts that belt around your waist and pulls you apart.
Yeah.
You just created your own traction unit with this drill right here, which we call a hamstring bridge.
And what's our final one?
Our final one's a hip car. So he's laying on his side. And this is our reload component. So now we created a better orientation. Now he's gonna go through controlled motion, because at the end of the day, movement efficiency is the name of the game, meaning, is it his hip truly moving through the motion, or is it his back moving? You'll see a lot of people that do the kicks and the backs arching.
Yes.
We don't want that.
I've actually probably been guilty of that a few times.
We got you.
Well, these are so amazing, Dr. Joey, Dr. Josh. Thank you both so much for joining us here today on Live in the Bay and showing us a few tips and tricks when it comes to movement. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Of course. If you'd like to learn more about Progressive Motion PT, just head on over to liveinthebay.tv. After the break, everybody, the vegan hood chefs